Okie dokie. Hello there. By the way, I'll have the review here in a couple days or less on the new Fujifilm X-H2S. There it is right there. Been testing it for half a day today. One thing that people have been asking me the most about in the past 2.5 years is land. A month ago, actually drove to near London, Kentucky, I won't say exactly where, to look at some beautiful land for somebody. I took a lot of videos, a lot of pictures, gave an assessment. There's all sorts of different attributes about a land. It's not just location, 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 which of course it is. And I don't pretend to evaluate, this type of building real estate, or commercial real estate, or residential real estate, rather raw land, its attributes, whether it has water, its location, whether it's nasty to get to, so far as a bunch of whoop-de-doos and windy, snaky roads. There's a list of about 100 things that I actually look at. I found a beautiful piece of land for a nice guy that drove down and met me from up in Illinois, and he bought a beautiful 150-acre farm with the most incredible view you could ever imagine, and has a beautiful overbuilt cabin on it. And he's acquired that cabin, and some people have said, and I don't ever tell anybody how to spend their money. And by the way, I didn't make any money off of that. I spent the day with him, never asked for any money. He did give me some money to spend the day with him and whatnot. But people say, well, the housing bubble is about to crash. Well, that may be true of the housing bubble, but as far as raw land, that's not the case. Raw land is still doing that number, and even worse, because people are trying to get away from the totalitarian places such as California, Jersey, New York, Illinois, various other places. And some people have actually been upset at me because they know that I've made this video. People live in Kentucky. It's like, don't tell everybody about Kentucky. We don't want these people moving here. And it's not well, these people. It just means they don't want you to, like, and I understand that, and I've said this also. Don't wreck Kentucky, for example, like you wrecked California, like you wrecked New Jersey. It's fine. I actually welcome everybody with open arms. Just don't mess up Kentucky the same way, you messed up California. California's got a thing now where if you have a well on your property, you're going to have to start paying for your own water on your own land. Isn't that shocking? Go look that up on a Google search, by the way. Anyway, there's a nice lady from Utah, had me look at some land. I did spend the day, I drove there, I needed gas and time. So she actually, even though I didn't ask for it, I spent the day looking and researching her land and going out there and giving an accurate, objective statement about the land. And recently, there is a very beautiful location. It's on Zillow. There's about a dozen different websites I go to, including knowing a few realtors that I talk to. Right now, there's 100 acres, and I don't get any kickbacks from any realtors either. There's 100 acres. I think it's $89,000. It has tons of water on it, tons of creeks. There's something that just popped up a day or so ago. It's got a beautiful cabin on it, lots of water. It's 43 acres, and it's $55,000. So 43 acres, $55,000. Beautiful, nice, plenty of flat land on it. It's not like all vertical. Wonderful location, plenty of water on it. Yeah. By the time I say this and upload the video, it might be gone. I don't think it will be. But stuff like that doesn't last, so I keep my eyes open. So if you're remote and you want to have someone do an assessment on some land here in Kentucky, just let me know. I can go there. I know all the little things that are never mentioned in the description. Really important points. Look, there's different aspects of location. It's like, well, what's the location? Yeah, fine, but what about the location? What about your neighbors? Or your neighbors, people you wouldn't want to live around. It's like Joe Blow's got a moonshine still and, a bunch of pickup trucks on cinder blocks in his front yard. It's like, yeah, I don't really want to live next to... There's all different aspects of location. The water, whether the trees have been harvested off of it, and how long ago, because timber is worth a lot of money, depending on the type of wood it is. What sort of water is on it? What sort of dwellings are on it? Is it open to, any restrictions? You can do whatever you want on it, which describes most of Kentucky. Has it been professionally surveyed or not? Just by not having a professional survey, which is usually never off by more than roughly 10, usually never off by more than 8%. At the extreme, 15%. And it's only really off by 15% if you got a lot of land and it's really hilly that you're trying to bid on. And who cares if you get it cheap enough, and it's off by 15%, which is like a radical extreme. Who cares? You got it so cheap anyway. You know, the land that I got a couple years ago, I got it for $238 an acre. A lot of people steered away from it because it wasn't professionally surveyed. Who cares? Even if it was off by 15%, which I know it's not. It was actually surveyed by a coal company. I got the maps. Doesn't count as a professional survey, but it's pretty close. It's 75 acres at $238 an acre, which paperwork fees and whatnot turned out to be my cost $18,300. My land. My land. Come with a free coal mine. So I keep my eyes open for stuff like that. I don't pretend to know about dwellings and buildings. However, I do know how to stick my head underneath them. Look for termites, how well they're built. I know to look for a lot more stuff than a lot of other people look for. But I don't pretend to, judge dwellings. I know what to check for every little thing when it comes to raw land. So if you're looking for something in Kentucky, let me know, and I keep my eyes open, and I post stuff. And by the way, I now have a Gab account, a Parler account, and another account. I'm trying to stay away from the fake book. So if you want to join me over on Parler or Gab or the other places, because I'm completely against the totalitarianism of the fake and the book, let me know. And I keep my eyes open for people that are looking for land in Kentucky. By the way, once again, Kentucky has the best, cheapest land in the United States. I've looked in every state over and over and over and over again. Kentucky has, you think that like really, really, really horrible, desolate land, like you can look around and there's like nothing for 100 miles. Like, you think that land would be cheap. Like, look at that. When I was younger, I bought land like that in Medina, Utah. All the images are the same. It's like, yeah, it looks the same as that. It looks the same as that. It's horrible. Even those many years ago, that was way more expensive than the beautiful land that I bought up in Pikeville, which has tons of huge trees on it. And a free coal mine with its own separate deed. I actually have the mineral rights. But it's an abandoned coal mine. It's abandoned 30 years ago. It is number one, super, super, super dangerous. So I would never, even if I lost half my brain cells, I wouldn't even think about entering that coal mine. But it's good to know I have mineral rights and I have a coal mine where I could actually pluck the coal out of the seam there. I could just expose the dirt there and get lots of coal out. You do have to have a special stove. You can't use a wood-burning stove because coal burns really, really hot and it'll wreck a wood-burning stove. You have to have a coal-burning stove. So if you're looking for land in Kentucky, let me know. It's one of the things that I do. Yes, I do have 4 jobs technically. Does that cause me a lot of heartache and stress? Yes, it certainly does. But a lot of people are fleeing. I went to Lexington Motorsports. They sell ATVs and campers and whatnot. And I met some refugees, which is really what they are. They're California refugees because people are fleeing California like the whole place is on fire. Isn't California always on fire every year anyway? Fleeing California, they're from Sacramento. They bought 150 acres. They probably sold a dumpy little condo about the size of a matchbook for $300,000. I'm guessing, even though I didn't ask them. They probably sold a dumpy condo for $500,000 or something, and with that money, they were able to have a house and 150 acres and live like kings on land with no restrictions, low property taxes, lots of water, tons and tons of freedom! Have I had too much caffeine? Yes, I have. Have a lovely Monday. Lux Veritas. Yeah? Kentucky!